Hello guys, it's Sun Gaming, and today I'm reacting to Billionaire and Homeless Man Handcuffed for 24 Hours by DharMannStudios. Anyways, let's begin, shall we?
Any questions?
What's for dessert?
Let me get you a new steak, sir. Thank you.
No reason to let this go to waste, huh?
Can we please see the dessert menu? If zoning or entitlements are causing bottlenecks, escalate it to legal.
Hey, Dad?
And if there's any resistance, handle it quietly. Okay, I don't want any unnecessary attention until we're ready for the announcement.
Dad? Dad?
Give me 1 minute, please. What now?
I was just wondering. I was gonna ask you later, but you're so busy.
Spit it out. Don't you think you're a little too old to be playing around with crayons? I'm so sorry. Now, where were we?
Yo, how's it going with old Daddy-O? Figured. Looks like you're not the only one who's having a bad day.
Did we really have to? You know what? I'm not even gonna explain. How the hell has it been already 2 minutes? Okay, anyway, so like, I don't think I even need to explain this. Like, if you've watched DharMann's channel for long enough, you already know what this is. No need for me to explain a thing.
How can someone look so sad, yet so beautiful?
I heard she had to put her dog down last week. She had it since it was a puppy. Look.
Oh, sorry.
No.
All right. Hey, couldn't spare any change, could you?
It's your little shtick. You trip someone up, asking for change, hoping they'll pity you. Do yourself a favor and move your little pity post somewhere else before I call security.
Come on, man. You're a human being. I'm a human being. We're both the same.
I drive a Ferrari while you're begging for change. Trust me. Me and
Okay, first of all, buddy, that's straight up entitlement. Like, first of all, what security are you gonna call? This is a public street. The guy can do whatever he wants as long as he doesn't break the law. So like, you have no right to say, "Oh, I'll call whoever." Like, no, you can't call security because who are you gonna call? The police? And like, how do I say this? Oh yeah, like, I kind of understand him. Like, yeah, tripping someone up to get their attention would be a little weird, but at the same time, he's just assuming here. Like, how can he know that the homeless man really is like that, huh? Anyway.
you couldn't be further from the same. All right, let's get this meeting started, shall we? Is there a problem? Further from the same. Your technique is improving so much.
I just wish my dad would care to notice.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I gotta ask, can that guy, like, genuinely think of what he does more carefully? Because, like, if I think about it, the more rich someone gets, the more they have to care about their reputation. Like, for example, a person who works a run-of-the-old job, like a run-of-the-age job, like, works any normal job in the world, people wouldn't really care that much if he was if he, didn't care about the homeless. But a billionaire or, like, someone with a very high position in general, man, would that be a fiasco? Especially if there's someone known like a CEO or something. Especially the more you're known, the more you have to care about your reputation, buddy. Anyway, continue.
It's okay. I kind of expected him not to give a crap about the art show.
Well, I care, if that means anything.
But honestly, like, what kind of has the saddest of all this is the fact that he tells his own son, "Aren't you too old to be playing around with crayons?" Even though when his son was young enough, quote unquote, to play with crayons, like he legitimately didn't even pay attention to him. And like I feel like the son could have easily had a comeback, like, I'm not gonna use crayons anymore. I'm gonna use paint, that type of thing. But yeah, it depends on if it works or not. Anyway,
Are you sure you have to retire? I just hope the new art teacher's as nice as you.
I'm sure they will be. So, who are you painting this for anyway?
Dude, she's gonna love this. What are you waiting for? Go give it to her.
Losing the dog was kind of hard on me.
Hey, Sadie, I heard about what happened with your dog, and so I made you a little something. I hope it cheers you up.
Oh, Harry.
okay. There are basically two scenarios that are gonna happen. Either she's gonna appreciate the gift, or she's gonna deny it and humiliate him. Like, remember, with these types of moments, it's always the extremes. It can't just be a normal denial. No. It's either she appreciates it all wholeheartedly, or she humiliates the hell out of him. Honestly, like, I don't want it to be the second one. Like, I want to believe it would be the first one, especially because, like, usually they do that with an antagonist, not with a character like
This
her.
is
Trash.
Bennett. Stop.
Trust me, babe, you don't want anything to do with this son of a viral prick.
What are you talking about?
You haven't heard?
This is Ethan Lewis, CEO of Lewis Land Development, a $1 billion real estate development company. Not only did Lewis not give the homeless man any money, he kicked his change all over the street.
I'm sorry. Who cares if he didn't give money? Like, sorry. Like, okay, I understand shaming him over kicking the guy's change can, but like, should he feel obligated to give a homeless man a change just because he's a billionaire? Like, yeah, he's a billionaire, but that doesn't mean he should feel obligated to give the homeless man change, Like, I honestly don't agree with the whole them putting, see, he hasn't given the homeless man any change, he's a bad guy. No. Like, okay, again, I understand the change scan thing. That was just straight up evil, or cruel. But like, when it comes to not giving the homeless man change, it's his decision. Like what? Because he's a billionaire, he should feel obligated to do that? Anyway, let's continue, huh?
This is why we need to put an end to corrupt CEOs who put profit over people once and for all.
You are aware of how serious this situation is, aren't you? Especially given everything that's been circulating in the media recently in New York.
So you trying to tell me that people want me in a body bag?
Well, that can be preventable.
There have been a handful of threats since this broke, but security has been notified. Which is good, because it seems the amount of protesters have already tripled in the past hour.
Okay, so
Okay, is it me or is that a little unrealistic? Because, like, genuinely think about it for a moment. You're telling me that all of these protests and all of these crowds are there just because of one homeless man? Like, before you guys get surprised or, like, ask me or get confused, let me explain to you what I mean. Like, essentially, I feel like they're making it way too overblown. Because, like, usually these types of protests, you'd expect from something actually that serious. Now, what do I'm gonna explain because, like, I have a feeling most of you are confused right now. Essentially, what I mean is that, like, usually when you see these types of protests in front of a company or whatever, this happens after a very big scandal that involves the injury or maybe even death of multiple people, if not hundreds. Not the bad treatment of one person. You know what I mean now? Like, what I mean is that essentially it's way too overblown. Like, this is the first time, like, I know this is a story, but, like, still, let's take it as if it's genuinely real. Of course, it's not real, but, like, let's take it as if it's real for a second. Like, essentially, you're telling me that the CEO is getting all of this flack just because of how he treated one homeless man? Like, like again, I want you to understand, like, yeah, the treatment was horrible and all that, but again, like these amounts of protests, I'd expect from happen because of a fiasco, you know, because of a scandal, something that includes the injury, if not death, of multiple people, if not tens, if not the hundreds. You know, I'd expect it from something of that level, not just the bad treatment, and I don't even know if I should call it like bad treatment per se. I would say like barely bad treatment. I say barely because, like, again, comparison. If you were to compare the treatment that he gave to the homeless man with stuff that the CEOs get threats for, like, his sounds very minor by comparison. Like, again, I'm not saying that what he did is not bad or anything, but compared to what usually happens, this is way, way, way too overblown. Anyway, let's continue.
What's the plan?
The PR team and I discussed, and we recommend something drastic. You spend 24 hours handcuffed to this guy.
This is your bright idea. I'll probably catch something before we hit hour 2. No, there's no way. Plan B.
It's supposed to be symbolic to how we're all connected to each other. It's
Symbolic, like, may I ask, how is it symbolic exactly? Like, can someone tell me how is this supposed to be symbolic? Like, he's stuck to the homeless man, and second of all, like, can't you choose something that doesn't essentially make them a little disabled, or like have their accessibility still intact? Because, like, handcuffing, like, I understand what they're going for, but, like, why? Like, can't you choose something that makes them still, like, forced to be with each other, but not have them, you know, do badly? Because, like, because they're handcuffed, one of them would essentially force the other to move either way. This is not a competition. Anyway, let's continue, huh?
It's that, or we continue to watch the stock prices plummet.
Again, I gotta ask, why consequences are so big for something relatively minor? Like, again, I am not saying that what he did isn't bad or anything, just so you understand me. What I'm saying here is that, essentially, this is way too overblown. Like, tell me, if a CEO were to do something similar like that, you know, treat a homeless man badly and stuff like that, would you expect protests that big? Would you expect something that big? Like, again, like, if you look at history over the years with bad stuff that companies did, the only time where protests of that level happened was when the scandals were huge. Like, not huge, like thousands of people or whatever. Like, of course, that would be a lot more. That would be a lot bigger. But, like, for this magnitude, I'd expect something like a scandal that caused the injury, if not death, of tens, maybe even hundreds. Or maybe I'm raising my expectations too high. Like, I don't know. I just feel like this is way too overblown. Anyway, let's continue, huh?
And the number of protesters knocking your door down skyrocket. It's your choice.
Okay, like, this is honestly the number one example of people have way too much time on their hands. Because, like, genuinely think about it. You're telling me that enough people that can probably knock the door down are protesting just for a homeless man. Again, for the millionth time, just so people don't misunderstand me, what I'm saying is that for protests that are that big, if you showed me this without context and without me knowing what happened, I'd expect that guy to have done something that injured, if not killed, tens, if not hundreds. Not treated one homeless man badly. Like, what? Like, I am willing to guarantee you that if something like this were to happen, you know, in real life, people would, you know, get a little mad and all that. But then after a week or so, everyone would forget. Because nobody cares. Like, genuinely, barely anybody cares. Like, let me give you guys an example. Like, for example, the war on Ukraine. Like, the war is still happening. Yet, after, like, a couple of months, people forgot about it. People went on with their lives. Like, if a war to another country doesn't last that long in the news, or, like, people don't care about it for long, then imagine something like just a CEO badly treating a homeless man. Like, I'd expect the protests to last at most a week. And, like, not even that big at all. I'd expect something much smaller. And, like, again, on top of that, you have to account for something very simple. It feels like the people in this story have way too much time on their hands. Like, if the guy's at work, this means that this is a work day and not, a weekend or anything. So, like, you're telling me that all of these people possibly left their jobs just to protest. My god, some people have way too much free time on their hands. Anyway, let's continue.
Excuse me. Excuse me?
Huh?
Is this you?
Yeah, that's me.
My name is Caleb. I'm Ethan Lewis's assistant.
Oh, what does that rich schmuck want?
He wanted to offer you $5,000 to be handcuffed to him for 24 hours.
Let me guess. A PR stunt to paint him in a better light with the public, huh? No thanks.
7,500?
Nope.
10,000. That's as high as he'll allow me to go. Final offer.
Keep walking.
Very well. I'll let him know. Hopefully I don't lose my job over this.
Wait.
Wait, wait a minute. What the Okay. People genuinely have way too much time on their hands. How did they do all that in less than a day? Like, I'm telling you, I have seen worse stuff come up in the news. Like, you probably have seen worse stuff on the news than this, and it didn't get that much attention. Like, what the? Like, these are either made by AI, or people are practically have way too much time on their hands. Like, people must practically have way too much time on their hands. Like, how was all of this made in less than a day? How? Genuinely, how? Like, I feel like things are becoming way too overblown. Like, I'm not joking when I say this. CEOs have done worse stuff than this and got way less attention for it. Like, probably because they weren't caught directly on video, but still, like, doesn't this feel a little too overblown? Anyways, let's continue.
Can I get your opinion on this?
Can't you see that I'm busy?
Looks like you're just looking at pictures of yourself anyways.
Let's hope you find a new passion. These internet trolls are way better artists than you.
Sir, Caleb and Sam are here to see you.
Ah, Sam. So the bum has a name.
I thought you'd be a little bit kinder since I'm doing you a favor, but, yeah.
I'm exchanging money for a service. Sounds more like a job than a favor to me.
Okay, come on, man. You've got to at least give him some respect. Like, he's essentially supposed to be the person. He's essentially supposed to be the person who saves your career. So, like, you gotta give him a little more respect than that, because you're... Like, I wouldn't say his job is on the line, because, like, again, I have seen worse than this. Yet the CEOs got away scot-free. But, like, honestly, by assuming of how many protests happened for just a simple thing, I'm willing to bet that his job is on the line. So, anyway.
Oh, it's one of the execs. Excuse me. Oh, and, try not to touch anything.
I'm just gonna run to the restroom.
This sweet little angel is now in doggy heaven.
What is this?
She was my girlfriend's, but
I don't
this
see anything
doggy
wrong
was...
with that.
You're using my
daughter to
dead
me.
dog to gain followers.
Do you hear yourself? You sound like a crazy person. Besides, it was a one-time thing.
You literally posted a video seconds ago about us getting ready to watch The Secret Life of Pets. And we both know you don't really like dogs, and you're taking a video of him as if you cared.
Come on. I love dogs. cat dog! Get down! Off the couch! What? Gross.
Thanks for watching, Peanut. I'll be right back. You two have fun, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Let me guess, Peanut is gonna run off from him.
All right, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna stay out here while I relax inside.
Oh no. Has this guy never taken care of pets before? Like, even with cats, there's a reason why dogs are on a leash. Dogs don't stay still. They do not. Like, they very rarely stay still. That's why you have a leash on them. It's because you need to keep them secure. Like, come on, man. Like, every person knows this. How can you be so dumb? Anyway, let's continue.
Shush. You'll be fine.
Bennett? What are you doing?
Good dog. Okay, fine. But come on, it's not like I painted you some lame dog as an angel. Look, once I lock down this Chewy sponsor, I'll buy you whatever dog you want. Oh, sweet.
Wow. You know, I prefer the lame dog painting. And I prefer Harry. Get out!
Whatever.
Wait, is this actually happening? The girl that the main character is interested in doesn't stay with her bad boyfriend the whole story? Well, DharMann, you subverted my expectations for once. What I mean is that, like, usually in these types of stories, where the main character, like, the crush that the main character has, like, you know, when the crush has a boyfriend, or, you know, is in a relationship in general, most of the time, the crush stays with in that relationship until the end, where they end up with the main character. But I guess this time they decided to subvert it, because this time, they straight up had her dump him early. Which I'm honestly grateful for, changing things up for once. Anyway.
You doing okay over there?
Sorry, I'm just riding the struggle bus right now. I'm not really good at drawing people. The proportions all wrong.
You want to show you a little trick?
Hey, I'm afraid you can't do that.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Harry, why'd you get so good at drawing portraits?
Sam drew this.
Caleb, get Sam in a nice hotel room. Well, not too nice. I want him showered and in some of Goodwill's best homeless attire. Get him a cleaner hat and keep the scruff. If I'm gonna be stuck with you for 24 hours, you better smell like a human being. Because I need you to look like a
homeless human being, right?
I honestly can't really blame him. Like, I usually want to make, you know, fun of him and criticize him for this, but honestly, I can't really blame him. Because, like, here's the thing. If Sam, right? Isn't his name Sam? Good. So, like, if Sam dresses in, you know, an attire that people don't expect with homeless people, and like, especially if he shaves the beard and stuff like that, people will immediately assume that, like, I think his name is Ethan, right? People will assume that Ethan got another person. So, like, them keeping him in the homeless in an outfit that's associated with the homeless and stuff like that makes sense. Like, as much as I want to make fun of him and criticize him for this, I can't, because I understand why he does this. He doesn't want people to confuse Sam with another person. They want people to know that, yep, this person is Sam. I mean, if Sam wears an attire that's almost the same and is still having the same scruff and all that, then yeah. Anyway.
But still a human being.
I'll have it taken care of.
All right. Any questions?
Yeah, how are you gonna use the restroom while handcuffed?
Well, I got this one. Very carefully and with our eyes closed.
So what's on y'all agenda today?
Well, first, I'm going to be taking Sam to a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the grand opening of a new mall we built. We know the community is going...
Okay, so essentially you already have a full plan and all that. Is that the whole point of it? Like, you already have a full plan prepared? So did you tell him beforehand or what? Like, did they tell him beforehand? Because, oh boy, I have a feeling this will end badly. Because, like, if these two are handcuffed together, this means that if one moves their... I guess for Sam it would be his right hand, while for Ethan it would be his left hand, right? So, like, if Sam moves his right hand, Ethan will essentially be forced to do the same thing. And honestly, good question that the guy asked about the bathroom. How the hell are they gonna use the bathroom? Like, what, are they gonna get special permission where they get removed from the cuffs or what? I don't think that they care too much about this because, like, someone could hold it in for, like, a day if they need it. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue, shall we?
A new mall we built. We know the community is going to really benefit from it. Next, he'll be joining me for a groundbreaking ceremony for a luxury apartment complex.
Wait a minute. You're demolishing this building? This is affordable housing.
Then, we'll take a little break and dine at one of my favorite restaurants in town, Giovanni's. And following that...
Like, honestly, if there's something I'll give DharMann for when it comes to these types of names, it's consistency. Like, tell me. Like, I feel like if you guys have watched DharMann for a long time, and I mean a really long time, like a year or two, you would know that the moment you hear a book side, you immediately think, oh yeah, that's the school. Giovanni's, that's the fancy restaurant. Like, I understand I'm not changing up the names, but like, the fact that this has become some sort of a trend for him, like, not a trend, but like, kind of like a tagline, like, yeah, oh, the school is obviously gonna be named Brookside, what else do you expect? Anyway.
Sam will be given an opportunity to sit in on one of my company's development meetings for a brand new country club.
You do realize that this is going to cause gentrification, don't you?
Then, we'll end the day with a peaceful night back at my home.
That was so funny for no reason. Anyway.
Hey, how's everything going after your dad's publicity stunt?
Looks like it's going well.
You still bummed he's not coming to the art show?
Yeah.
Dude, did you draw this? Man, you gotta show your pops. Maybe he'll actually come when he sees that you're getting good.
I highly doubt that.
You! Hey!
You okay, Harry?
Oh, wait. Okay, you know what? I'll give DharMann this. He actually keeps subverting my expectations. Because, like, I really expected for that bully to genuinely get the better, of him. Not for his friend and the teacher to help him. So I'll give DharMann this. He actually changed things up. Anyway.
I wonder what all that was about.
Yeah, I heard he and Sadie broke up. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
Thank God that torture's over.
Wait, the day has already passed? You can't genuinely tell me the day has already passed. Like, the whole point of the video is that the two of them are handcuffed. Like, the events are supposed to revolve around that, yet you're just telling me that it passed? Just like that?
Here. Count it. Let's see if you can count that high.
What's the point?
I guess there's no point if you can't count past 10.
No, what's the point of the whole publicity stunt if you don't really care about people?
You gotta keep the empire growing.
And you're proud of that.
What's there not to be proud of? I'm wealthy, successful, and
Success isn't about what you get. It's about what you give.
And what would you know about success?
more than you think. You see, before I became homeless, I was a renowned artist. And I used my art to support various causes. I had my very own gallery and a penthouse above it. However,
I'm sorry. How does that work? Like, first of all, how does fire get from that? Like, a lamp, like most lamps nowadays use LEDs, right? So how does an LED end up causing a fire? How? Genuinely how? Explain that one to me. How?
that all changed following an electrical fire that burned it all to the ground.
I'm sorry. Burnt it all to the ground? All of it? How? Like, it's one painting. Like, unless the paintings were right next to each other, there's no way the whole building caught on fire. Okay, like, first of all, how did you lose everything? Don't you have profits? Use the profits to do more paintings. What's your problem? Like, what, did you lose the money as well? Like, do you see why I kind of don't believe it? Like, first of all, you have your money. It's not like you lost your money as well. Did you? Okay, anyway.
I do know a thing or two about success. And something that I've learned is that people in your position, you need to put people over profit.
Okay, like, I feel like there's something that the homeless guy doesn't understand. Oh, no, yeah, Sam. Like, there's something that Sam doesn't understand. Like, because he was a renowned artist and not the CEO of a company, he probably doesn't notice, but, like, the CEO doesn't have the full power here. Now, you'll ask me what I mean? Quite simple. It's because, like, yeah, the CEO has the full power to do whatever they want. But you have to remember about one key factor. Shareholders. Shareholders are the main thing that keep the CEOs from having full power. Like, yes, the CEOs still technically have full power. But at the same time, the moment a company goes public, it is part of their main objectives, main missions. One of their main missions is to make sure that the shareholders stay satisfied. That's one of their main missions, after all. If they don't do that, the shareholders could just leave. Like, there is a reason why AI has been spreading so much over products. Is because after the first wave hit, every other wave hit because, like, shareholders start expecting AI everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reason why companies try to push out AI, even if it seems half-baked or it seems like it should have stayed in development a little longer. It's because, like, they want to satisfy their shareholders. They're all satisfied shareholders means more money invested, and also means that they don't sell the stocks, which is important. Like, again, the only situation where a CEO has full power without any consequences is when the company stays private. Like, for example, Valve, Valve is a private company, so they can do whatever decision they want without any worries. They don't have to worry about shareholders telling them do this, do that. They don't have to worry about that. But in this case, I think I have the right to assume that for Ethan's company is public, which means that he has to satisfy shareholders. He can't just put people over profit that easily. That isn't how it works, sadly. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna say the CEOs don't have the power to do that. What I'm just saying is that it wouldn't be as easy as them just making the decision. They have to make sure that the shareholders are satisfied as well, you know? Anyway.
Even if that story is true, you're one to preach. Because you went along supporting this entire publicity stunt for a wad of cash. Yeah. Now, you can show yourself out, or I'll have you removed.
Hey, Dad, there's something I want to show you.
Oh, no, I have to get ready for it. Wow. Harry, this is incredible. How'd you get so good so quickly?
Sam helped me.
Sam? The homeless guy? Huh.
Are you coming then?
Okay, I might as well say it right now because I know pretty much about this before I even need to go to the rest of the video. I feel pretty disappointed because of the fact, because of the title. Why do I feel disappointed? Quite simple. Like, yeah, the title was fulfilled. I'm not gonna say it's clickbait, but here's the issue: they passed it off pretty quickly. Like, I honestly hate the title because, like, usually when you see a title, you expect the main events to revolve around it. Like, I would have expected the rest of the video to go along with, like, with Ethan and Sam going along with their plans instead of it just being a sneak peek. And then by the end, Ethan has his things with his son. You know what I mean? But here's the problem: they don't show that for something that's in the main title that's supposed to have people gravitate to the video. They pretty much don't even go over it. They just go with the duo happen and that's it. Like, do you want to know what's actually funny? Like, let me give you something funny. Starting 10, 20 seconds. You know what? Let's say 30 seconds. Gave us more depth about what they did than whatever that was. Like, can you genuinely imagine it? Like, I honestly would have preferred the story to be longer if they made it so that we see what the duo did. Like, again, they showed us a very good example of a funny scene. Again, this scene at the beginning. They don't show us something like that. Like, why? This is the whole point of the story. It's literally in the title. Why not talk about it? Like, again, like, usually when you see that subtitle being like this, you'd expect the whole story, or at least a major part of the story, to revolve around it. Like, you know, the A plot being him and being Ethan and Sam handcuffed together for 24 hours, and the B plot being Sam's thing with his son. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, that's what I'd expect. But no, for something that's in the main title, they gloss over it pretty quickly. Like, again, the starting 30 seconds showed us more depth about what this could have entailed than whatever that was. Like, this is what I'd expected. I'd expected an extended version of what they did. Similar to how a teaser, like, you know, they show us a teaser of the adventures of Ethan and Sam handcuffed together. Like, I'd expect something like that. But no, they gloss over it pretty quickly. Like, I keep repeating this because, again, remember, this is in the main title. When you watch a video like this, you expect the story to revolve around the main title. This is something to expect. That's why I keep repeating myself. It's to emphasize the point that this is a problem. You can't just have the main title be something that they go through pretty quickly. Like, heck, they barely show us what happened. Oh yeah, show a bit here, a bit there. In fact, I'm not joking when I say this. They've shown us more depth and more, you know, stuff in the first 30 seconds than they did in the actual event. How can you do that? Like, I'm willing to bet that simple montage didn't last, like, more than 10 seconds. Like, yeah, they barely showed... Like, first of all, they didn't even show Sam talking that much. They only show him talking in specific scenes, and even then, that's only one comment. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to expect much more than that, but at the same time, like, give me more depth for something that's supposed to be in the main title. Anyways, like, I've repeated myself enough. Let's continue, shall we?
You said there was something you had to get ready for?
Oh, I have an event for LOD. I'm giving a speech. It starts at 6 p.m.
But that's when my art show is.
You don't...
Wait. Why would an art show be... You know what? Why do I even care? Like, they've done stuff like theater and stuff like that. At times, they're after school all the time. So, like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Don't need me there.
Like, I have a question. Should they really force the plot by making it so that the speech and the kids art show happen at the exact same moment? Not even my speech is happening like 30 minutes before that. I can't attend. No, straight up the exact same moment. Why? Anyway, let's continue. Damn, he must be really talented if without his father he managed to do that well. Like usually people need training, they need other people's opinions, stuff like that. But no, the kid on his own got first place. Like usually you'd see like in these types of stories, you see the kids in those situations fail because they don't have the encouragement and they only succeed when they finally have it. But nope, this time he actually succeeded without his father. Wait, I'm sorry. You're telling me the guy isn't even around for his kid's own birthday? Are you kidding me? Like, are you genuinely kidding me? Like, does it have to be that awful?
You're right. I don't need you there. But I wanted you there. But I forgot. You're never there for me unless there's a big fat paycheck involved.
Wait, Harry.
Great news. The publicity stunt went even better than we anticipated. Turns out the homeless guy didn't keep any of the money. He's giving it to the people in his camp. And what he's doing has a positive reflection on you.
You're saving our lives right now. We didn't think you were gonna come back once you got the money.
What do you think I'm gonna forget my friends? Come on, never. And we're gonna make sure you get taken care of, okay? I promise.
Looks like you're on. Break a leg.
Good evening. Over the past few months, we've been laying down the groundwork for some truly remarkable projects, like the state-of-the-art mall, a series of luxury apartments, and...
You're demolishing this building? This is affordable housing.
And an exclusive country club.
You do realize that this is gonna cause gentrification, don't you?
We forecast.
Should I check what gentrification is? Because I honestly don't know. Should I check, or is it not that important? You know, maybe it's not that important, all things considered. But like, again, like, I'm still mad about the fact that they pretty much glossed over the main title, but
Countless hours into planning these projects, and the amount of money we'll make,
And you're proud of that. As a person in your position, you need to put people over profit.
again, like, what I hate is the fact that they portray that the CEO essentially has all the power. Which, yes, he does, but you have to remember that, again, he most likely has a public company. You know what I mean? And when you're a public company, one of your main missions is to satisfy the shareholders. The shareholders are the type of people that even though they're not directly in power, they still have power, you know? Because they can pressure you into doing the thing that they want. You can't just do as you please as the CEO. That isn't how it works. You can do as you please, but you have to make sure it's within the threshold of what the shareholders want. You know what I mean? So I hate the fact that they keep portraying as if he has all the power in the company without any single person pressuring him into doing something. Anyway.
I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. Effective immediately, our company is pivoting away from these luxury projects. Instead, we will redirect our resources towards something far more meaningful, like supplying grants to small business owners, building schools instead of golf courses, and building more affordable housing rather than luxury apartments. Because a wise person recently taught me, Success isn't about what you get. It's about what you give. Now, if you excuse me, there's somewhere I need to be.
You've gotten so many compliments on your piece tonight. You should be proud of yourself.
I sure am.
Dad, you made it.
Sorry it took me so long. I had to pick someone up along the way and help him get cleaned up.
Sam? You look great.
Oh, I saw that video of you helping people. And I also hear you're the one that helped Harry realize his genius.
Oh.
You know, we're looking for some help to run this gallery. And I think you'd be perfect.
Really? Wow. You don't know what that would do for me.
Look who else came to see you.
Hey, I just wanted to say I really appreciate the painting you made me. If you still have it.
Actually, I have something better.
Wow. This is
incredible.
Yeah, okay. First of all, like, again, I'm still mad about this. I'm still mad about this title. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they changed it up because, like, again, this, I wouldn't say this is clickbait because it still happened, but, like, at the same time, this deserved much more focus. Like, mind you, this 30-second scene alone shows you what I mean. Like, they made a kind of, like, I don't know if I could call it a funny scene, but, like, an interesting scene based off of the I would say, dynamic that would be between a billionaire that, you know, is, I don't know what the word for it is without sounding like it's discrimination to a homeless man, but, like, I guess it would be the etiquette of how to act in a, you know, a luxury restaurant, you know what I mean? Like, this scene shows you exactly what I mean. We've seen at the beginning, it shows you what I mean. The difference between how Ethan ate and how Sam ate. Like, I would have liked to see more of that. Like, the whole point of this scene is to show us a teaser of what's to come so that, you know, we want to keep watching. Like, that's the whole point. Yet, for some reason, they don't even show that scene, even though it's supposed to be in the past. You'd expect it to happen again because, again, this is in the past. But no. They just show a small 5-second scene where Sam has a reaction that influences Ethan later on. Like, what? Just what? Why? This is the main title. This is the main title, for crying out loud. Focus more on that. Honestly, like, I understand the message, like, because of course success isn't about what you get, it's about what you give, you know, stuff like that. But again, I feel like it's unrealistic in so many levels. First of all, like, this is, of course, like, we'll discuss this later on. Like, PR stunts like this can happen, honestly. First of all, okay, why do I keep forgetting these for the times? Oh yeah, the protests. First of all, I feel like these protests are a little too big. Like, these don't convince me that the guy truly did a bad thing. These convince me that these people have way too much time on their hands. Like, you're really telling me all of this happened just because of one very, very small incident? I say very, very, very small because, like, again, compare this to incidents where these types of things actually happen, and you'll see that the scandals that usually result in that are much bigger than just a billionaire treating a homeless man badly. Like, genuinely. And second of all, like, what else should we nitpick here? Because I feel like there's something else over here that doesn't make sense. Like, where was it? Because oh yeah, right, I remembered. The fire. First of all, like, I'm pretty sure Sam is supposed to have most of his money in a bank account or in stocks or stuff like that. So how did he lose everything? And second of all, how did an electrical fire cause you to lose everything, Sam? Because, like, genuinely think about it for a minute. You're telling me one small painting caused an entire building to catch on fire? Like, I'm not gonna go over the lamp because, you know, I don't know about lamps, so that could happen. So I'm not really gonna comment on that. But when it comes to the fire itself, like, my guy, unless there happened to be something else flammable nearby, there's no way in hell you're telling me that's gonna happen. Because, like, the painting seemed far enough that a fire wouldn't affect the others to catch on fire as well. Like, I would want to check that scene. Where was that scene? Where was it? Because, like, oh yeah, it's around here. Now, like, I'll try to do the pull-up thing because, like, I want to check that scene once more. Let me check it real quick because, like, I want to prove my point. Okay, so are these things made of wood? I doubt it. I feel like these things are made of metal or something, which, if that's the case, then essentially they've just proved to me that the electrical fire shouldn't be able to happen because, again, the paintings are far enough from each other that if one were to catch fire, I doubt the other ones would catch fire as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the only way that would work is if the stand was made of wood or something, so it would go from the wood to the rug, and then everything catches on fire. Or sorry, to the carpet, and everything catches on fire. Alright, you know, I believe that. But that stand looks like it's made of metal or something like that, not something that's flammable. So I doubt that. And what else should we talk about? Like, I'll go to the see one more time because, like, I don't understand what that guy has to do. Oh, okay. You know what? Now I understand. Essentially, he's supposed to be a new teacher, right? Okay. Perfect. Like, honestly, the story is pretty good. Aside from stuff that seems kind of outrageous or like / unrealistic, that like they were either over exaggerated or they shouldn't probably happen. I feel like the two that I mentioned fall under the over exaggerated or shouldn't happen. Like, for the second one, it shouldn't happen. Again, like the fire, like, okay, one painting got on fire, sure. But how did that lead to the whole building catching on fire? How? Again, the painting wasn't near anything flammable. The stand isn't flammable, and it's far enough from the other paintings that they wouldn't catch fire. So, like, correct me if I'm wrong here, but, like, I believe that the whole fire shouldn't have happened. Like, the worst that could have happened is one or two paintings getting burned. That should have been the worst case scenario. And for the first part, I feel like it's over-exaggerated. Like, the protests for such a small incident, like, are way too big, you know what I mean? Like, the live message is good, I'll give it that, but again, oh yeah, the third one, it's good that I remember. The third one, very, very simple. How can he just do that? Like, how can Ethan just change up the plans entirely? Because remember, there's something called shareholders, buddy. You have to satisfy them. They definitely won't be satisfied if you went with stuff that's less profitable, quote unquote. I can't even say quote unquote because, like, yes, schools and stuff like that is definitely less profitable than a golf course. So, like, I'm surprised that he went with that rather easily because, like, remember, he also has to satisfy the shareholders as well. He can't just make decisions on his own like that. Like, yeah, aside from, like, those three are the main three that I don't believe. And, like, yeah, I keep forgetting to mention this for some reason, but the links to the channel and the video are in the description. And as always, on the left is my most recent video, on the right is a video YouTube recommends, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.